It's another Tuesday night. It's another date night. Our coaching hour with Boitumelo Tlholakae. This is the day the Lord has made, and we shall rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day that we discuss coaching and different coaching approaches. This is the show that builds people that transform societies. We are very excited to be here this evening, and we have an excellent coach, and she will be talking to us about wellness and nutrition. And we are very excited to learn from her. I'm not going to introduce her at this moment. I want to keep it a surprise and encourage you not to go away. Stay tuned and do not touch that dial. As I said earlier, I've got a wonderful and excellent coach with us. Her name is Marian Erasmus, and she is the wellness and nutrition coach. This is somebody that I know from my past, and I'm very excited to talk to Marian this evening. And Marian is going to educate us, and hopefully by the end of this show, she would have been able to change our mindsets, from just being people who just live and eat and sleep, but people who are actually conscious about what we eat, conscious about our own wellness and our health. Marian, welcome to the coaching hour. We're very excited to have you. Please just introduce yourself a little bit. Tell us who is Marian socially at home and who is Marian professionally.
Hello, everybody. I am so honored to be here today with all of you. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening. So Marion Erasmus is a mom of 3 small children. Yes, they keep us busy. And I am a wife of a wonderful husband for 10 plus years now. And we enjoy being together as a family and having family times and moments, actively going to fitness and wellness being, and also joining in churches and celebrations thereof. So for me, professionally, yes, I do have also a daytime job. It's called a process auditor. Nothing to do with finance. If you hear the word auditing, it's not always finances. That's not one of my strong points. So I am in processes. I look at what the people are supposed to do and are they doing it according to international standards. So that is what I do during the day. And then at night, I support people that just feel like the world wants to swallow them and they just cannot wake up the next day anymore. I encourage them to stay healthy and be active and just enjoy life as it is and see the positive in it.
Oh, wow, that is a mouthful. I'm so interested in what we're going to talk about. I didn't know about your other profession besides coaching because you and I met in class when we were actually studying coaching at the School of Life Coaching Academy in Centurion. So that's where we met. But I'm very much interested to hear all about your coaching career. How have you, proceeded after our qualification, and learn also about your day job. It sounds very interesting in actual fact. So, Marian, tell me, I hear you say you have a day job and then you have this coaching. How did it all? Let's talk about the coaching now. How did it all start, and what sparked your interest in coaching?
Yes, School of Life helped me a lot in developing in who I am and actually knowing that I love people and their life stories and changing, adding value in people's lives. Doing the life coaching course actually made me realize that there's so much about me that I don't know about, and that a life coach is so much more and that can bring so much more in a person's life than just what a person can imagine. So for the coaching, it has, after being in the sessions and everything, it developed into actually discovering my brand. That's where it came into, because I was unhappy and unhealthy and addicted to food. So I had to go and do self-discovering for myself. So where I was able to then discover a brand where it became health and wellness, speaking to people around that had feeling the same way and helping setting goals. Goals had been such an important part in my journey that I encourage setting goals. I encourage them to follow, take accountability. Changing is up to oneself, and helping them with their journeys into successful, healthy living had been one of my strong points after seeing you at my course.
Yeah, isn't it that coaching always starts with fixing ourselves, our inner self? And I've heard so many coaches say the same thing. In actual fact, for me, when I went for coaching, I actually wanted to also discover myself and, be constructively help other people, learn more techniques in terms of how do I help other people, to have a changed mindset. But what I discovered when I got there was how the course actually tackled me before equipping me to tackle the other person's, people's problems. So it kind of helped me to resolve, my inner issues, the issues I had, within myself at that point. I didn't even realize that I was going to get double, you know. I was quite excited, and I attested to what you said. We all go to coaching wanting to help the other person, but we find, when you get there, it starts with you. And what a beautiful way of starting a coaching course. When you heal first, then you are able to heal another person. The Bible also says that out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So when you have an abundance of love, abundance of self-love, I'm very sure that you are going to be able to transmit that love to other people. And I'm glad to hear that from you. So tell us more about the type of coaching that you do, and how did you even land there? I heard you saying that you had food addiction, and this is where you actually discovered yourself when you were learning about coaching, that you had to put target for yourself, you had to monitor yourself, and the food addiction. But give us more. What really inspired you to want to start coaching, and what exactly do you do now with this coaching career?
So yes, I was heavy. I was not loving the me that I saw. I was not liking the example that I set for my children. And it became in me wanting to help other people so much, because it brought so much joy into my life, that I thought that is what I am supposed to do to be happy. I didn't think that me had the choice to be happy in myself before I could make other people enjoy life. So Jim Rohn said that if you don't like what you are and where you are, you're not a tree, you can move, change your situation, and it's up to you. This is what the life coaching taught me. So I did lots of researching in everything, and I end up at that point in time in my life, I didn't understand why I had to heal myself, where I had to do the changes for me. I had to actually sit and say, but I can't push myself to actually speak to people. Why can't I speak to people? Why can't I help people after this course? I've done it. I've been equipped with techniques and tools, and what is holding me back? And that is when I started realizing that it's me that's keeping me back. It's me that's holding me back. And I've been equipped with such valuable lessons and tools that I can use it for me. And that's where it started. So resources, setting goals. At this point in time, I am 26 kgs lighter than the last time that you saw me. Setting goals,
I must, I must actually say, definitely you were bigger when we started the course, and look at you now. Oh, wow.
thank you.
I actually believe, and I'm quite excited to hear what you have to share and what do I need to do.
Yeah,
good as
for
you look,
sure.
as younger as you look. I believe you. So tell us the story. How did you get there?
Yes. Oh, resources, equipping myself and understanding what is it about me that's holding me back. So it was food, it was the example. So discovering my why, discovering why I need to lose weight, why I need to be healthy, and what is it that is keeping me from achieving that. And that is where I did the self-discovering finding out that when something when you do something when you're not supposed to be doing it, it's actually wrong. And I was eating in the secret. I enjoyed that packet of chips in the secret and nobody knew about it. Coming home at night crying to my husband, saying to him that I can't understand why I'm feeling this way, why I'm so emotional, because I feel so much guilt coming home and I'm shouting at my kids. So bringing to the coaching, it taught me to get to the root cause, go to why has it been established. So I found out that through the tools that it equipped me with, that in life, when we got rewarded as children, we got rewarded with sweets and chocolates and ice creams and
Oh
food.
dear, that is so true.
So I did not like me. And how am I going to feel better? How did I feel better when I was a child? When I got rewarded. So I rewarded myself without achieving anything. And it became a vicious circle. So that is one thing that I had to start doing, is I had to incorporate small changes by cutting out, incorporating habits and routines and following the people that has achieved that in life. So Megan, she's one of our coaches in offshore with the products that I'm using, the supplements that I'm using that support my healthy lifestyle. She has gone from a massive size, and she's just saying that she started off small. She's just changed her portion sizes of food to make it lesser. And she just told herself that she has to do some sort of exercise for 10 minutes a day. That's it. And you have to push yourself to get through to those things. You have to set your goals and push yourself to those small changes and routines that you're incorporating in your life so that you can make the change later on, or to get to their goal. So now I am happily able to help the people that is suffering in the same area, that's waking up in the morning, not loving, not putting on the clothes that they want, not wearing what they want to wear because they feel ugly, they feel not loved. And that's where we go to the root cause. But why are you feeling this way? Is it really your health? Is it really about your appearance? Or is it something deeper? And then the life coaching tools is so amazing that we can establish where it comes from and then root it with resources then that's made available to navigate it to a healthier, happier person.
Awesome. That is brilliant. I mean, what more can anybody really want as evidence that, the coaching that you do, the lifestyle that you have adapted, the new lessons that you have learned won't work. I mean, look at you. If you show somebody pictures of, last year, September to today, totally different people, more beautiful, more younger, vibrant and happier. Look at your smile. I think I actually want to get into a new lifestyle as well. The exercise. I'm very lazy. I do run sometimes, cleaning, and I take up walking sometimes if my running partner, my walking to me and say, let's go walk, that's the only time I will actually stand up and do something in those areas. But you know what? I will definitely consider, doing something for 10 minutes at least, even if it's just stepping, in the same place or just doing the circles here. I would definitely try and do something about it. So
We
tell
can have
me
a chat.
about.
We can have a chat on some routines or some guidelines. I'm happy to help you. You know that.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I will not forget at the end of the show to give people contacts if ever anybody wants to contact you and also find out, how can you actually coach them or support them through either exercising or your coaching services, wellness and nutrition. So tell me the part about nutrition. I hear the part about wellness, in terms of taking care of yourself, exercising and walking and doing that, but nutrition, what can you tell us or teach us about that area or coach in that area?
So being part of this company called TruV, we are network marketers, and I had to equip myself with information and knowledge about not only the products, but also about lifestyles. And it's amazing in how little we know about what we put on our mouths. I mean, sugar. Did you know that sugar is the cause of so many bad habits and inflammation? Sugar can cause inflammation in one's body, and inflammation is supposed to be like a high temperature that you've got in your body. So like a fever, it has to come and it has to go. It has to sort you out and it has to go. So with inflammation, in our bodies, it stays there currently and it's not going away. And that causes so many things in our body. So what you put into your body and food-wise is so important to understand. You have to know what your body wants. So there's certain medical aspects in one's life, conditions that one might know about or one might not know about. And if you need to identify with those conditions in your body and life, we talk about IBS, we talk about fibromyalgia, we talk about arthritis, stresses, depression. All of those things is caused by some types of food that we consumed on a regular basis. So with those foods, we need to ensure that it consists of all the nutrients that we have. So yes, one slice of bread or one chocolate is not going to give you the bad, healthy things that you're not supposed to have, or it's not going to make you even fat. But you need to know and understand the balance of it in your life. You need to consume it in a balanced way. So, for instance, a lot of people might battle by eating lettuce. Lettuce, salad, leaves, lettuce can actually flare up some of the IBS concerns that they might have. And other people with also IBS might be able to take it and not feel any difference in their body. That's why one should do some research in oneself to understand that certain foods might accommodate you and some might not accommodate you. So we try to go the healthy way in any case with our products that we use that supports our healthy lifestyle, that foods that help you with energy, food that help you with some of the cravings. Did you know that if you are craving a chocolate, that magnesium or some protein might able to sort that craving out? It might not take it away completely, but it might lessen it. So there's a lot of food that you can swap around with, because your mind doesn't know that it wants nutrition. It just tells you that I think that is what I want. So it guides it into certain areas of what it knows about with you. It relates back to what you've taken before. And then how it made you feel. Food also makes you feel a certain way, and your body and your mind takes you back to those feelings. And that's also why some people might think that healing will be in food as well. While healing could be more in just walking and just sleeping. Food that has certain nutrients in to help you sleep better. Sleep is such an important part of life. But not sleeping just by putting your head on the pillow, but actually your deep sleep and your sleep patterns. If you can take a full night's complete rest in your deep sleep, I mean, it takes away so many elements in your days that nobody realizes. So equipping yourself and understanding your body is important. And that's where we support the people then to say that try these things or try those things, because it's not one size fits all. You have to play around and see what works for you and what don't work for you.
Absolutely. Don't worry about the dogs. We're all working from home. These things happen, Yeah. So I was saying, I totally agree with you. I think just to add on to what you actually said is people maybe to also advise people that they must go for either blood tests to understand what blood groups they are, to eat for the right blood group type. Because at some point, I think when I turned 35, things started going haywire and I could not understand why I was gaining weight uncontrollably and I couldn't control it. I mean, I knew what to eat, what not to eat, what to stop eating once I'm starting to gain weight. And, think the foods that would give you acne and stuff like that, I could not understand why I could not control my weight, most importantly. And for me, it a very big concern. And I went to see a doctor, and I did the bloods to discover my blood group, and then I went to see a dietitian. Everything that I eat, everything that I snack on, because I snack a lot. I eat little, but I snack a lot. So I needed to understand what kind of snacks, are healthier for me, and which ones I should avoid, and what kind of food types. And, my worst was to discover that I'm actually, to a certain level, lactose intolerant, caffeine intolerant. Sugar is it causes havoc in my body. It causes so much imbalance in my body that instead of me getting an energy kick from sugar, it actually breaks my energy so bad that I also react like, diabetic patients who would have a sweet and would, probably fall into a deep sleep or something like that. I also reacted that way and I could not understand because I tested for diabetes and I'm not diabetic. So you find certain foods really sparks all sorts of reactions in our body, and we need to understand. And I think the best way to start, if possible at all, is to start with the doctor and, people like you who help one to actually move from a negative emotional state of mind to a positive state of mind and reinstate that positive mindset of saying, we can eat better, we can do better, let's try again, let's start again, and just be a support system for somebody who is going through stuff. I mean, I could know, and I've been knowing for so long, for the past 5, 6 years, that, sugar is, I'm not supposed to eat sugar, but I battle sometimes to leave it alone. I battle to leave Coke alone, and once you get the first sip, it's very difficult to stop. I find it very difficult to stop. If I grab one sweet, I'm not able to stop. I'll finish the whole packet of sweets. So I'm quite grateful for people like you who are able to then, get us back into the routine, get us back into good habits, remind us again that we can and we will actually conquer, these temptations and cravings and, whew, life can be so difficult.
And imagine you having those temptations and those sugar cravings, and you just want to finish the whole pack. If you had somebody to phone and to say, I can't resist, what can I do? Please just help me. And if you just had that somebody that could have just steered you away a little bit and like, you're stronger than that. Why are you doing that? That is what I love doing.
And most of the time is that we struggle because we do not know what alternatives are there. So
Exactly.
if I'm struggling with sugar, what can I supplement with instead of eating sweets?
Well, like I said before, is also that your body reacts to what it understands and what it knows. So it's going to reflect back on history. So for majority of the people, if they crave sugar, it's magnesium and zinc and proteins that is a better alternative for them. So it's identifying what happens to you. Why is that a problem? Why is your body craving sugar? Why can't you resist? There's something else happening in your body or in your mind that you need to be able to identify with in order to understand, I want this sugar because A, B, and C, and then root it back to a new, healthier way. I mean, when you finished eating that chocolate that you've just pushed into your mouth, I mean, how do you feel afterwards? Not always happy. You feel
No.
guilt. You feel guilt. And that's not what you remember. Your brain doesn't remember that. It only remembers what it used to remember. It remember what that feeling
The
of
pleasure.
satisfaction. Yes. So we need to guide our minds to think that we're going to feel guilt if we consume this whole chocolate. We need to train our brains not to think about historical feelings and satisfactions, but current ones and what it's going to do with you later on.
Marian, I like peanuts, and I'm talking to the protein now as an alternative to my sugar rush and cravings. But I like nuts, and I would grab, a packet of peanuts. But later on, I get, pimples, and I get a breakout from and it becomes so frustrating because I'm trying to eat healthy. Peanuts are supposed to be healthy. What other alternatives do I have?
So yes, peanuts might be healthy and might suit healthy, but in balance. You are supposed to eat only 10 almonds when you do snack. You're not supposed to eat a 30-gram pack of almonds or 100 grams pack of almonds. And then
Counted to 1, 2, 3, 10.
10, only 10 when
But
you're
I
snacking.
haven't had the taste at 10. Maybe I might start feeling good after 12.
Well, then you didn't have a good night's rest then, if you are craving stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
But also, how is the peanuts? Is it raw or is it been roasted and salty? Because remember, the
Salty.
salt, that's the sodium in it. The salt takes out the water in your body, and you need to consume extra moisture or extra water for your body to clean then all those sugar and sodium that you contain or that you consume. So there is
Oh
some
dear.
alternatives. If you want to go with the nuts, you have to go with the raw ones.
They're not always that tasty.
But then
But
you
thank you
need to
so
take
much.
2 extra glasses of water that day.
I understand. I heard that, Mom. Thank you so much, Marin. And I've learned a very good lesson as well. I haven't been drinking my zinc, my magnesium pills. When they got finished, I forgot to buy them again. So I've learned something today. I must actually go back and get my balance in terms of my supplements so that when I do eat peanuts, then I don't suffer from peanuts and do hydrate. And it's summer again, we need to hydrate even better because, when it's hot, you're all feeling dizzy and all stuff. Thank you so much, Marian, for the education. I'm so, I'm educated. I'm reminded, and I'm quite appreciative of the lessons I've learned today. Can we go a little bit onto your day career, and let's see if ever there are any similarities or if there is anything else we can learn from that. And do you ever even coach people at your day job? Do you have an opportunity to coach people in what you do, and what have you done so far? Can you give us maybe two or three cases of your coaching in your corporate environment?
Yes, of course. So for us, I just want to go back with your supplements and stuff. So we've got a great range in our supplements that contains all the vitamins and minerals that you need. So we need to give out those numbers for the people that need some of those additional ones that can help them support the healthy lifestyle. And then going on to my day job, the internal auditing on processes. Yes, it's something that I'm coaching on people every time I do an audit. Understanding I didn't study to be an engineer. I didn't study to be in finance or in any other profession that there is. So needing to understand their processes and the way that they're working is what I audit them against procedures. So for me to understand the process, they need to be able to explain it to me. And sometimes those guys don't even know what they are supposed to be doing. And then I would need to teach them and coach them where to go, how to do it. So it is evolved in just staying in Johannesburg and training some internal auditors to do audits as well, and coaching them on where to find those key areas and understanding. You build a relationship, and building relationship in auditing and building relationship with your clients when you coach them is so important. So in both you learn valuable lessons. And then I am actually reporting into Switzerland at the moment, where I report on global audits. So understanding also international relationships that has to be built, and communication. So I think in life, everything is connected somehow. You are in your day profession, learning about networking, learning about communicating, learning about reporting, and all of those play a role in other things in your life as well. So for being a mom and be able to communicate with my children the way that I communicate with people at work is teaching me so much more than what life is about. And that's why we can speak to so many different types of people in our coaching careers as well. So definitely teaching people how to handle their processes and handle their procedures, and following the international standards that you are certified for, knowing what it is and what it means for you in your, because when you are an engineer, you don't focus on the business management side of things. You just focus on your engineering duties and responsibilities. So teaching them that it's not only about your position in the company, but you've got a bigger position that plays a role in the wider organization. And that is coming into play and putting the puzzle pieces together. For me, I think it's complementing both ways.
Absolutely, absolutely. Isn't it a great joy? I found that for most people that have done coaching, they generally have, the love for people, the love for sharing information, the love for teaching, the love for just holding somebody else's hands, and helping them, teaching them how to overcome things and how to do things according to procedure. I find that is just a common element with a lot of people that are interested and that are practicing in coaching. And I'm so glad that you actually mentioned that, and you're also practicing even at work. And even if you do not have to get paid for it, but when it's in you, it's in you, and it will definitely keep you alive and keep you happy. I'm one person also that loves to, just help everyone else. Let's go, let's be on the same level, let's achieve together, and help one another, because I believe, we were not meant to be islands on earth. We're meant to be each other's keepers, each other's helper. That's how we grow, that's how we grow faster, when we hold each other accountable, when we hold each other's hands, we're able to progress even faster. Progressively and systematically, we will achieve together. Maran, I didn't ask you this question, but, I know you to be this bubbly person, this happy person, and I'm looking at your smile right now, and, it just a testimony of what I'm talking about right now. I'm glad that you found yourself and you found that happy person again. And I want you to share with us, what is it that you do, to stay a bubbly person as you are, to stay positively engaged, and to have a positive mindset at all times. What do you do? Do you have a book that you're reading, a certain routine that you follow on a daily basis, on a monthly basis, on an hourly basis? Sometimes people take it to an hourly basis, an hourly routine. Do you have anything that you do that we can learn from you, that you can share with us, so we can also be in a positive mindset like you?
Oh, thank you so much. I take that compliment so highly at my heart. Thank you. yes, I've got some routines and I've got some patterns, and I've learned from some of the best out there. So I'm listening to a lot of Anthony Robbins, Jim Rohn, Les Brown. I get motivated and inspired by their teachings, and incorporating those patterns and those lessons in life has just been phenomenal. And I'm able to bring those teachings that I learn and the examples or the changes that it's brought in my life, I'm able to give out to leaders out there that is also trying to build their businesses in coaching, in wellness and health and wellness, and all of those for life MLM coaches out there as well, leaders that is trying to build their businesses. So I teach them as well all of those things. But my routine is that praise and worship has just brought me happiness. It gives me the ability to stay positive, be thankful, be grateful, and appreciate what is around me. And I know that Tony Robbins also said that appreciation or gratefulness is one of the key ways to get yourself from a negative mindset into a positive mindset, because you need 3 things that you're actually grateful for. And I try and keep that at heart, because when I praise and worship, the Lord has blessed me so much in my life that I cannot go without saying thank you to him. And then it's amazing how my kids got that same initiatives with when we pray, when I go to drop them off at school, and then they pray for moms sometimes, things that I didn't even think that they understand in life. They would pray for me, and I would say, wow, the Lord has been so good. So the Lord has been my standing point. So praise and worship is ultimately listening a lot to motivational speaking. And then also I have listening to audiobooks. Reading has not been one of my strong points. So Jim Rohn said, readers are leaders. I couldn't get to the reading part because I would read 3 pages and I had to go back again and start from scratch. I just couldn't. So I've been listening to audiobooks. I listen to Anthony Robbins audiobooks. I listen to Who Moved My Cheese? How interesting book that is to listen to. So self-development and encouragement, and then people's stories. There's people out there that has got it worse than what you do. So that's how I get to appreciate my life and appreciate what I do have. Embrace the situations that I'm in and learn those lessons. Lessons is not always negative. Lessons are there for you to grow. Somebody said the other day, I can't even remember what it is, but if you are in a bad place, if you are having problems, then you're, what did they say? You're in a position for a miracle. I couldn't remember the exact words, but they say then if you've got a big problem, then you're a candidate for a big miracle. If you've got a small problem, then you're a candidate for a small miracle. So just imagine if you've got problems, you're just blessed because the miracles can just appear in your life. How amazing would that be?
Yeah, I guess it also goes along with the saying, I think it's also in our Bible scriptures, that to whom much is given, much is expected. So the kind of problems that you experience determines also, you know, the kind of blessings that will probably be coming your way. Your durability, your strength to actually stand these problems, you know, will take you to a higher level of maturity in life. So I guess it's almost the same to say, you know, when we go through problems and challenges in life, you know, we shouldn't actually think that it's over, it ends there, I'm dead, this problem is going to kill me. But if you can just keep on telling yourself that this too shall pass, and you know it will pass, and when it passes, you will experience a new breakthrough. And you know, like everybody else say, you know, you will get a break as well, you know. But Mariam, thank you so much for talking to us. I don't know if there's anything else that you want to share with us, share with our listeners. Motivation, I mean, we've been in lockdown for almost 8 months now. You know, many companies have closed down, many people have lost jobs. You know, as a coach, you know, what do you say to your clients, to South Africa, to your fellow employees or your fellow church members? How do you motivate people during this time? and especially at this time of the year where, you know, the year is rounding off, and, you know, it has been what it has been. It's been 2020 of that is full and, you know, many experiences.
Yes, definitely. It's been a very hard year for so many people out there, and I want to say that I'm sorry for what you guys are going through. And for people that's lost loved ones and friends and family, my heart goes so out to you guys, and I really am sending my love to all of you. To pick you up a little bit, I mean, we can't change the fact that the things are here with us, that we've got the situation that we are in. We can't change those facts that we're in lockdown. But what we can do is we can try and build it up to be a positive. So try and embrace the positiveness around you, being grateful, but try to also be the example that you want the people to learn from. So if I've got kids, for instance, that see me every day, and if I don't bring the positiveness to them that they're going to grow up with, they are going to think that life is just bad and negative. So choose what you listen to, choose what you look at, and choose who you want to be. But also know that if your company has closed down and it's a situation that you're in, you don't have to be there forever. It's up to you to make that change. It's up for you to go out and look for something else if you really need to. And there's a lot of people out there that is willing to support and that's willing to help. And also with people that has got just emotionally down and everything, just, I know it's difficult to say stay positive, but you can teach yourself to look at the positiveness, because it's where your focus will be is where your mind's going to be at. So if you focus on the negative, it's going to show you all the negative things around you. So try and focus yourself into all the positive things, and you'll be amazed at how blessed we are still in these days.
Absolutely. You know, I saw a Bible scripture this morning, and it was saying something to the effect that where your treasure is, that's where your heart is. So I believe in what you're saying, to say choose carefully what makes you happy. You know, somebody can say something to you, but it's up to you what you want to hear and what you choose to hear. You can look at criticism as a good thing that is supposed to propel you to be better, to do better, or you can look at criticism and say, oh, I'm no good. I'm a person of no quality. I could never be anything in life. It's your choice what you believe. You know, I know we get tempted sometimes, you know, to stay in the negative, but it is also our responsibility to choose positiveness out of everything that we hear, everything that comes into, you know, the choice and the power to actually control what we hear. We give power to whatever it is that we want to glorify in our lives. And I'm glad that you mentioned that. You actually reminded me I also need to learn to choose to believe the best of myself and of every situation, and make the best out of every situation. You know, sadness is a very lonely and painful place to be in, you know, and I hope that people learn, and I'm also going to learn, you know, I also need to be reminded to snap out of it and be grateful and thank God that I am alive. And there are so many people who have lost their lives through COVID pandemic, and there are so many people who have lost family members who have really the right to be sad. And I am wasting time being sad about small things while I'm still alive, breathing, and I have a choice to believe the best and to be happy. Marian, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure having you with us on Zoe Live and on Coaching Hour with Boitumelo. I really, really love you, and I've loved everything that you've shared with us this evening. Thank you so much. And how do people contact you?
Thank you so much. It's been an honor. I also want to add on to what you said the last time, and I just want to say that embrace the moment that you're in, and if you have to mourn, you have to mourn, but don't take it to the extreme and take it too far. Do what you have to do, and then get on with it. and it's going to help you
Amen.
to get over that. And then, yes, my contact details is that I just give my mobile number, and you guys will give it afterwards as well.
Yeah, go
So
ahead, give you and your
my
Facebook page if possible.
yes, sure. My mobile number is 084 628 0400. And then my Facebook page is m.e True Healthy Living. You can like my page or connect with me on Facebook, and I will gladly then support you from there.
Thank you so much, Marion. Thank you so much. It's been lovely to have you. And I want to thank our sponsors, School of Life Academy. They're sponsoring our shows and they give us free courses. Please go on their website and check for free courses that they are giving. And we are so grateful to our listeners for tuning in and always listening. Our STEM supporters, thank you so much. We are blessed to have you. And to South Africa, I want to say keep praying. Nothing beats prayer, and God is listening. You might feel that God is a bit far away from you today, or this time when you are grieving and when you're going through difficult times of lack. But I promise you, God is nearer to those who are brokenhearted. And to South Africa, I also urge you to pray for our leadership, pray for the country, and pray for the world that we will conquer. You know, when we pray together, it also says, where two or more are convened in His name, God's name, we will conquer. He will be amongst us. So let's keep on praying for our country. Let's keep on praying for our children, you know, our families, our friends, and we will conquer together. I love you very much, South Africa. Let's keep praying and praise the Lord. Thank you very much, Marion. Until next week, it's a goodbye from us.
Zoe Live Radio.
www.zoeliveradio.co.za